I didn't even really care to talk about the Wells Fargo Center story because, like, I don't give a shit.
But
But Charlie, the other day, when you started talking about the curse of the Wells Fargo Center,
I hope for this.
Honestly, maybe this is good. Maybe this is. We've talked about for a long time. Eventually, their luck just has to change, right?
Timing lines up, fam.
Maybe this is it.
I'm just saying, I have covered this team in some form or another for over a decade. And it would be one thing if it was just organizational incompetence that has led to this downturn. And don't get me wrong, that's a big part.
The pie chart is
not insignificant part.
The pie chart is mostly that, but there's some other shit.
However,
But also,
the sheer amount of just general zaniness and just how does this always happen to the Flyers types of things that I have seen up close for over 10 years. And then in addition to that, watching the Sixers from afar, maybe the only team in North America that more crazy ass shit happens to than the Flyers. There's one common thread here. Mm-hmm. It's that all of the, look, it's always been crazy in Philadelphia. It's been especially crazy for these two franchises since 2010. And what happened in 2010? They changed the name of the arena that both the teams play in. I don't know. I'm just saying maybe there's a link here. Maybe it's not like Wells Fargo is run by good humans.
Fair.
They're not TrueMark Financial.
They are not. That is one thing we can say for sure.
TrueMark Financial Arena.
Yeah, let's do it, TrueMark.
They're run by good people.
That's probably they probably have the money for naming rights. But so this did lead to some pretty good name suggestions. Britt, do we have the graphic from yesterday? Some of the name suggestions. Now, some of them funny, some of them not. I broke them down into 3 categories. The first being other, just things that. Just people just came up with some.
We've gotten around to F around Friday. I see.
Yeah, I had to do something. We were going to do this yesterday, honestly, and some of these names on this list aren't too bad.
Okay.
The copy the old Pistons arena, the Palace of Philadelphia. I don't like copying something else, but I do like maybe take away. I know they'll never do it because it's like trillions of dollars we're talking about.
Oh, the naming rights.
Don't do a corporate sponsor. You're fine. You're Comcast.
Yeah.
It's not like you need the money.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have
I'm sure
all the
it's
money.
nice to have.
Right.
But yeah, so there's that one from Andrew Stevens. Xfinity Spectrum, boom. No licensing fees needed. Now here's the thing about that. If they're not gonna have, because it's owned by them.
Yeah.
Why have the corporate name on there if you're not going to reap the benefits of the money? Oh, so is advertising somehow going to make Comcast bigger in Philadelphia, the city it owns already? I don't see the point of that.
We have no choice but to use them.
Yes.
So here's an interesting question, though, based on that, because I think I have a stance on this, but I want to hear your stances. Would you have a problem if they switched it from whatever the naming rights is or whatever, but if they switched it from the center back to the Spectrum? Because when the center was created, they couldn't do that because the Spectrum was still there.
Yeah.
Would it be a delightful nod to the past to switch it from the center to the Spectrum? Or would it be, how dare you claim that this is the Spectrum? The Spectrum is the Spectrum and needs to be retired because it's only the Spectrum. I'm serious. What are your views?
If they let me smoke inside, it's fine.
Is the roof going to fall in? I don't know if you could call it the Spectrum and nothing else.
I think there's there is a suggestion later that it's like
the Spectrum Center,
but that
would Spectrum
make the Philadelphia Spectrum at IBX Center or something
like that.
I'm not even saying that. I'm saying that let's say this won't be the case.
Yeah,
but if Wawa sponsored the thing, could you just change, instead of making it the Wawa Center, you call it the Wawa Spectrum?
We do have a Wawa suggestion.
Yeah, that's an easy
coming
one.
up. That is very funny to me. It's the Wawa Arena.
Okay, that's hilarious.
There it is, from Michael Johnson.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's one of the.
That's really
that
funny.
was one of the others. But just cycle through a couple of these. Yeah, just the FU Center, not even First Union.
That was the best one by far. Just FU.
It was us.
It fit us very well.
Yeah, we don't even need First Union. Just call it the FU Center. That would be very funny. The Wawa Megadome.
That's fun.
That's the Megadome.
That's not bad.
Megadome.
I am still mad. I'm sure
For
that
the Michigan Mega Bowl?
I'm sure that there was a copyright thing that prevented them from doing it. I am so mad that Seattle, and like, you know, it's Climate Pledge Arena. I am so mad they didn't call it like the Climate Pledge Soundgarden. It would have been so perfect.
Yes,
you know,
Charles.
a nod to the grunge history in Seattle.
Yes,
and just because like
Soundgarden.
you already have Madison Square Garden, you could call it the Soundgarden.
Yes.
It'd be a great arena title. Not the name, but the title.
It wouldn't be bad. That would
You're
be
right.
pretty good.
Yeah.
What do we have? The Spectrum Center Arena, which I thought was very funny.
Just
all
add
the
them all
words.
in.
Just throw them all
the
together.
things, yeah.
Yeah, the Ducks had the pond. Can we go with the John?
Arrowhead Pond.
Yeah.
Oh,
Arrowhead
God.
John.
The John.
That would be not bad. Spectrum 2, which was like the working name for the center at the time.
Was
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. So do we have any more others? I can't remember how many of these there are. This person was just
50
mad.
years without a cup set.
Michael,
This
aren't
person
you
was
a
just mad
delight?
at me because I was like, just call it the Philadelphia Center or
God.
something. And like 50 years without a cup. Like, okay.
Called
I
1975
hope people
Center.
I hope other people realize that's not an insult to me because I don't run the team.
Yeah, no.
Like I call them incompetent every day. I get paid a lot of money to do it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I wish they'd won a cup, but like I wish for a lot of shit. Like, it's the idiots who run the team that have failed me. This isn't some moral failing on my part.
You're right, exactly.
I didn't do shit.
It's not our fault.
I just fucking happen to live here. Like, I don't know what to tell you, man.
What's your problem?
You got to come up with something a lot better than that to insult me.
Michael, go outside this weekend, okay, bud?
All right. And, Pico Powerhouse is awesome.
That's a good one.
That's awesome.
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
That would be neat.
And now we have everyone assumes IBX.
Yeah.
Because
It's a fair assumption.
the Jersey
Well, it's the
advertisement, the
Hilferty
Hilferty
connection.
connection,
Yeah.
all that together. So we got
Yeah.
a bunch of these. IBX Center. Yeah. We got a few of
That
these.
feels like a chalk pick, the IBX Center.
IBX fanatic fandom. Think someone was just
I mean, if you're going to
Someone
do
was
it, might as well
trolling
have
me.
fun with it.
yeah. And the Spectrum at IBX Center. That's the one that I'm like, if they were to do it, it would be that.
Yeah, that
Like
kinda
Camden
is
Yards
nice.
at
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I don't hate that.
like Mile High isn't Mile High anymore, but it's like Mile High at whatever.
Yeah, because it's an iconic name.
I'm all right with that.
I could deal with that.
Yeah.
I think that would be okay.
But
Honestly.
I think it's an interesting question as to whether, like, if they were to bring back the Spectrum moniker, would it be received well, or would old heads be pissed off?
Oh,
it feels-
there would be people pissed off about it, for sure. Oh, sacrilege. How could you?
I would like it.
Yeah,
But people would be mad because people would be mad.
because
There's
like,
always people that are mad.
I do wonder if like they would have immediately just called the center the Spectrum if the Spectrum wasn't still standing when they built it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if they would have
Yeah.
knocked the Spectrum over, I know it logistically would have been pretty hard to do it all in one summer. But like if they would have knocked the Spectrum over and then rebuild it in a summer, would they have just called the new building the, what was it, Core States to start?
Yeah.
The
Core
Core
States,
States
yeah.
Spectrum and just ran with it? Maybe. Now they obviously could because the Spectrum doesn't actually exist anymore. But
Only in
for what,
our
like
dreams,
5?
Charles.
How long was the Spectrum? It was like a good 10 years when the Spectrum still existed after
Yeah,
the
they didn't
center.
knock
Yeah,
it
it
down
was
till
a
like
long time.
09.
Yeah, it took a while. So
Yeah.
over 10 years, I guess. Because when was the center?
96, 97 was
Yeah,
the first
so like
year.
12, 13 years, something like
Yeah.
that of when
Whenever
the Spectrum
Phillies
and the
were in
center are both there.
the Super Bowl, whenever the Phillies were in the World Series was the year that it
Yeah, I think it was the
Yes.
Yankees year. Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
Pearl Jam
that
was
would have been
going on while the
09.
games were happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Um,
It's just I do wonder if it's it's something that's in consideration of like, is it time to bring back the moniker Spectrum?
And then we got to the Snyder category. A lot of people just
I like
had
these ones.
A lot of people had the.
Yeah, Snyder
Kelly
Arena.
was the first. Snyder Arena, Snyder Spectrum.
Nice.
We got a bunch.
Snyder Center.
Oh yes, Ed Snyder Arena.
Right.
Yeah.
If they were to do something like that, I think that would have the most universal, because there would be people who's like, oh, you're calling it the Spectrum. It's not the Spectrum. It'll never be the Spectrum.
Yeah.
Like if you just call it the Snyder Arena, that would be sick.
No one can be mad at that.
Yeah.
I feel like that is. I don't know if they're going to do it because my guess is they want the
want the money.
They want the revenue.
They want a few
However,
million bucks. Yeah.
I would think the only way they even consider doing that is if they know for sure the Sixers are leaving.
Okay.
That would be really funny.
That's a fair
They
point.
know for sure the Sixers. The
They're
Sixers
going
are
to
not
Camden, right?
staying.
Yeah, they're going to go to
That is
Camden.
not happening.
They're still trying to keep them.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that it's not like all Flyers fans have a very positive view of Ed Snyder. Most Philadelphia fans understandably do. Ed Snyder didn't give a shit about the Sixers.
No, it was very funny how much he didn't care about the Sixers. So those are, we have a whole bunch of those names.
We all silly like the mayor.